all, today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. COVID-19 Darshan commences at Tirumala Temple after 3 days of trial run. After conducting trial run for 3 days to ensure social distancing is kept in mind, Darshan of Srivaru at Tirumala commenced on Thursday. The Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam TTD allowed devotees to reach Tirumala after conducting thermal screening and random swab collection. Darshans commenced at 8 am on Thursday, and those who had booked slot through online and from the online counters at Tirupati were only allowed to enter Tirumala. The TTD had put 3,000 tickets online and a little over 3,000 offline for the devotees to book their slot for darshan. Sri Venkateshwara Institute of Medical Sciences, Tirupati, has set up a special counter at Alipiri to collect swab from devotees randomly and more particularly from those pilgrims who are coming from neighbouring Tamil Nadu and also from Nellore district, which borders Tamil Nadu. Swabs of at least 200 devotees will be collected for confirmatory test, officials said. Officials are ensuring that the devotees maintain physical distancing right from entry till the exit to contain the spread of the COVID-19. Chennai returnees in Srikakulam under scanner. Over 60% of COVID-19 infected in Srikakulam district are those who return from Chennai, as they make up to 134 of 216 cases reported from the district. The remaining patients came back to the district from Hyderabad 22, Nellore 10, Vijayawada 7, Tirupati, Rajmahendravaram, Gujarat 11, Mumbai 5, Delhi 5, West Bengal 3, Warangal 2 and Qatar 1 and Abu Dhabi 1. Of the 6,000 migrants who came back and are quarantined, 2,000 are from Chennai, who took special buses and trains to Srikakulam, which has 30 quarantine and 81 rehabilitation centers to isolate the returnees. Sample testing has been boosted in the district as nearly 2,500 samples are collected every day. District COVID-19 Nodal Officer B. Jagannatha Rao said 23 2-nut equipment, 15 in GEMS Hospital, 5 in Pathapatnam Community Health Center and 3 in Srikakulam GGH are being used to test around 750 samples daily, in addition to a virus research and diagnostic laboratory in Srikakulam testing 1,600 more samples. Two more COVID-19 deaths in Andhra as cases surged to 5,429 with 182 new patients. The COVID-19 tally in Andhra Pradesh has reached 5,429 with 182 fresh cases in the last 24 hours, including 38 people from other states and 9 foreign returnees, according to the media bulletin released by the State Command Control Room. The total number of samples tested so far in the state crossed the 5 lakh mark. Andhra Pradesh now comes after Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Rajasthan in the number of tests conducted. The number of samples tested in the state now stands at 5,10,318. In the past 24 hours, 11,602 samples were tested in the labs across the state. Meanwhile, 99 COVID-19 affected persons got discharged from hospitals across the state after their recovery. The number of people who got discharged till now stands at 2,968. With this, the number of active cases now stands at 2,381. Two more persons, one each from Krishna and East Godavari districts, succumbed to the virus, taking the toll to 80. Rain likely in Andhra for next 3 days. The low pressure area over East Central Bay of Bengal and neighbourhood led over East Central and adjoining West Central Bay of Bengal. It is likely to move west-northwestwards and become well marked during the next 48 hours. Heavy to very heavy rainfall is likely to occur in the state in the next 3 days under its influence. Rainfall occurred at many places in coastal Andhra Pradesh and at isolated places in Rayalaseema on Wednesday. Vijayawada recorded the highest temperature of 37 degrees Celsius, while the lowest temperature of 32.8 degrees Celsius was recorded at Kalingapatnam. The southwest monsoon is likely to enter all parts of coastal Andhra and Rayalaseema in the next 2 days, according to an IMD report. According to the IMD forecast, light to moderate rain or thunder showers are likely to occur at many places in North Andhra districts and at isolated places in Rayalaseema till June 14. TDP suffers jolt as former Minister Siddha joins YSRC Health Jagan rule. In a jolt to the opposition, TDP, former Minister and senior TDP leader Siddha Raghava Rao, along with his son Siddha Sudhir, joined the ruling YSRC in presence of Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy at his camp office at Tadepalli, near here on Wednesday. Jagan welcomed Siddha and his followers into the YSRC fold by offering them party scarves. TDP leaders from Prakasam Kadiri Babu Rao, Kade Venkata Reddy, his son, Kade Madhusudan Reddy, and Karanam Venkat, son of Chirla, MLA Karnam Balram, have shifted their loyalties to the YSRC. Just 2 days ago, TDP MLA Karnam Balram, once a close associate of TDP chief N. Chandrababu Naidu, who has good relationship with Siddha Raghava Rao, stated that several TDP leaders were thinking seriously of switching loyalties to the ruling party as most of them are vexed with the behavior of the TDP chief. No problem even if a few leaders leave TDP, said Chandrababu Naidu, accusing YSRC leaders of threatening and luring opposition leaders through violent misuse of power and official machinery. TDP Supremo N. Chandrababu Naidu has asserted that nobody can do anything since Telugu Desam is known as a political university with a capacity to churn out 100 new leaders for every single dropout or deserter, and it has proved to be like a workshop giving shape to good leaders. Addressing TDP leaders, Naidu said that there would be no problem even if 1 or 2 leaders quit the party after having enjoyed top posts. All such leaders had only disappeared over the years. The TDP would build a strong and efficient leadership, keeping in view the party's needs for the next 40 years. After harassing opposition parties with false cases and threats, the YSRC was undermining constitutional institutions, he said. Referring to Chedudu, Naidu felt that it was yet another gimmick by Jagan to betray BCs. Missing COVID-19 patient from Karnataka's Kolar found in Andhra Pradesh. A 40-year-old COVID-infected patient who was missing from June 6 after testing positive was caught by Kolar and KGF police jointly in neighbouring Andhra Pradesh. According to Superintendent of Police Karthik Reddy, Kolar, Sujeta Salman, KGF, the man, who is a resident of Mandya, came to Kolar to work in a hotel on June 3 when he was advised to test himself. He had submitted his swab in district SNR hospital. After testing positive on June 6, when the health officials informed him to come to the hospital and get admitted, he switched off his phone and didn't return. District Surveillance Officer Dr. Charini A lodged complaint with the police, and a 10-member team tracking his movement near Venkatgiri Kota in Andhra Pradesh nabbed him following all precautions and admitted him to designated hospital. District Health Officer Dr. Vijay Kumar said that after detailed inquiry with the patient, it will be possible to take necessary steps to quarantine the persons who came in contact with in the last 5 days. Attack on Medico doctors at Gandhi Hospital want more security. After a doctor was attacked at the Gandhi Hospital's Acute Medical Care Unit AMCU, questions are being raised as to why the deployment of the Special Telangana State Special Police Force TSSPF was not beefed up. Last December, a GO mandated the deployment of the TSSPF at all government hospitals, but the implementation continues to be on paper, junior doctor alleged. Every time a doctor is attacked, a few policemen are sent to the hospital for 2 days and then they go back, a junior doctor protesting outside the hospital said. The incident, which was reported on Tuesday night, is the second attack on a doctor on COVID duty at the Gandhi Hospital in 3 months. Currently, only the inpatient block where the wards are have adequate police presence. The AMC building, where most of the critical and ICU patients are admitted, does not have any security. This makes it unsafe for the doctors and other staff to discharge their duties. Centuries-old Bonalu festival dealt a blow by COVID-19. As the number COVID-19 cases is on a rise in Hyderabad, the Telangana government has decided not to celebrate Bonalu festival this year. During a meeting on Wednesday, Animal Husbandry and Cinematography Minister Talasani Srinivas Yadav made it clear to the temple management that no jatra, carnival, processions or mass gatherings would be allowed in the city. However, he informed the temple authorities that Pattu Vastram will be offered on behalf of the state government much ahead of the festival. The jatra and celebrations surrounding the festival have been suspended for the first time in centuries since its inception, around the time when Golconda Fort was constructed, said Rajanna Vastad, head of managing committee of the temple at Golconda Fort, where the jatra starts every year. Telangana cabinet to decide on private testing for COVID-19, says KT Ramarao. Industries and IT Minister KT Ramarao appreciated the efforts of the frontline warriors and medical fraternity in the fight against COVID. Despite their best efforts, some people were even resorting to physical assault on them, which was not a good sign in war against COVID. Speaking at a webinar organized by industry body FISI, he said the COVID testing is being done by the government alone to ensure that people are not subjected to fear psychosis. He said that TS has been adhering to ICMR and WHO guidelines with respect to testing numbers and procedures. He said, without taking names, that there have been instances earlier of private health service providers cashing in on similar situations. They conducted the test on people whether or not it was required. This caused panic among people and also drained them financially. In the context of COVID becoming more rampant, Rao said the government may rethink about its approach and may allow private testing. However, this has to be a collective decision and will be taken up by the cabinet at an appropriate time, he said. Telangana HC grants relief to KTR in farmhouse issue. In a relief to TRS working president and MAUD minister KT Ramarao, the Green Bench of Telangana High Court on Wednesday granted interim stay on the order passed by the National Green Tribunal Chennai, which had issued notice to him seeking explanation on the contentious arrest by Congress MP A. Revant Reddy. The Congress leader alleged that the minister has constructed a farmhouse in a prohibited zone under GO 111. The bench also heard another petition filed by one Pradeep Reddy Padvelu, who claimed that he is the owner of the subject property and that he is not made a party in the case. Prima facie, the exercise of tribunal order is erroneous and is in violation of Section 14(3) and 19(1) of the NGT Act 2010. At the first instance, the tribunal should have ascertained the cause of the action of the dispute and then determined the debt attached to the cause of action. COVID-19 Central team takes stock of situation in Maharashtra, Telangana. A central government team led by Joint Secretary in Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Sanjay Jaju, who is the central special officer to monitor the COVID-19 situation in Maharashtra and Telangana, visited the GHMC office. During the interaction with GHMC Commissioner D.S. Lokesh Kumar, along with additional and zonal commissioners, Jaju said community cooperation is mandatory for containment of COVID-19 and home quarantine is the best method of prevention. He also inquired about methods adopted in contact tracing, facilities available for COVID-19 testing, home quarantine, home isolation, containment issues, and the situation in zone, ward, and circle areas of the Greater Hyderabad. Jaju stated that private hospitals and labs in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai were conducting COVID-19 tests and around 70% of positive cases were being reported from there. Another record single-day high of 191 fresh cases in Telangana, 8 deaths. In yet another day of record-breaking COVID-19 numbers, Telangana reported 191 fresh cases, taking the count to 4,111 in the little over 3 months of the pandemic. Also, 8 people died of the highly contagious disease, pushing the toll to 156. Majority of the cases, 143, were reported from the GHMC limits, 11 each in Sangareddy and Medchal, and 8 in Rangareddy districts. 9 new cases were reported in Sangareddy district, Sadashivpet, and RC Puram mandals. A man from RC Puram mandal headquarters and 4 from his family contracted the virus, while 5 people from another family tested positive at Arur village of Sadashivpet mandal. Both the areas are declared red zones. Also, a man from Madur Mandal in Narayanpet district tested positive after he complained of fever. The district official declared the Madur bus stand area a containment zone. The total number of active cases in Telangana is now at an all-time high of 2,138. Meanwhile, with nearly 250 junior doctors of Gandhi Hospital on the strike, the senior residents, professors and government doctors there are overworked. Showers being relief, power cuts too for Hyderabadis. Amid the gloom of COVID-19, the pre-monsoon showers and resultant pleasant weather provided a much-needed break for people in Hyderabad and other parts of the state. The southwest monsoon is expected to arrive in Telangana in the next 48 hours, said India Meteorology Department Hyderabad meteorologist B. Raja Rao. The IMD has issued a warning that heavy to very heavy rainfall is likely to occur at isolated places across Telangana the coming 3 days. Many parts of the state have been experiencing light to moderate rains since Tuesday evening itself as a result of the monsoon getting closer. Almost all districts recorded rainfall. A significant amount of rainfall was recorded in the suburbs of Greater Hyderabad also, with Abdul Parmet recording 74.8 mm followed by 63.8 mm in Peda Ambarpet. With the continuous rains came the power cuts. In many parts of the city, it lasted for more than 3 hours as uprooted trees damaged power lines. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe By and Times.